What's up, YouTubers? PokeJediTrek's here. So, before we get to today's cooking video, I just want to let you know that about a month ago, we had a really devastating windstorm here in my hometown of Anchorage, Alaska. There were winds up to 150 degrees miles, and the winds were so strong that 3/4 of my mother's roof got blown off. The wind was so devastating that I ended up staying in a hotel for 2 weeks. And then I had to stay over at my grandparents' house, and then over at my stepmother's house in Wasilla. It was pretty devastating, if you ask me. In fact, we even had to turn most of the power off. So, in this cooking video, I'm going to show you an alternate way on how to make dumplings in a microwave. So, let's get started. So to make the dumplings, you're going to need these ingredients. You're going to need some broth. It does soup broth. It doesn't matter if it's beef, chicken, or vegetable. You'll also need some sugar and some flour. You'll also need salt, baking powder, and you're going to need some milk. So let's get started. Alright, so first things first, you're going to take this, you're going to get a standard bowl, and you're going to pour your broth into a soup bowl. There you go. Next up, you're going to put this container of broth in the microwave for about 5 minutes or so, and make sure you put a plate over the lid, over the bowl. Otherwise it'll explode and get too hot. Alright, so this next step, you're going to take 1 cup of all-purpose flour. For those of you wondering, I'm going to be using a half measuring cup to measure it out. That's 1 cup. And then next you need 1 teaspoon of sugar. Using a half teaspoon measuring cup. Then next up, you're going to need half a teaspoon of salt, and you're going to need 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Not baking soda, but baking powder. Alright, so after you combine all the ingredients, all the dry ingredients, let's finish up the stirring. Next, you're going to need 1 teaspoon of margarine. So let me set the camera down and get it put in. And then you're going to need 1/2 cup of milk. Alright, so I got the milk and the butter added. Now we're going to whisk it up till it forms a really soft dough. You're going to need 2 hands for this. Alright, so I had to take out the... Alright, because the timer for the broth went off when I was mixing earlier, so I'm going to take the lid off. And this is what you're going to do. You're going to dip your fork into your bowl, then you're going to scoop out a little bit of dumpling and put it in your broth. Keep filling her up. Alright, next you're going to set this you're going to set this bowl with the broth into the microwave, and you're going to put it on 20% power for 10 minutes. Say about 20% power. And let it run for 10 minutes. Alright, the first 10 minutes are up. Let's put the lid on the bowl and set it for another and set the timer for another 10 minutes at 20% power to finish it up. Alright, cooking time is up. Oops, I think it leaked a little, but that's okay. I'll clean it up. I gotta use 2 hands because it's hot. Alright, so this is how your final product should look like, so give it a little taste test. See how it is. These are really good dumplings. I'm impressed with myself. So that's how to make dumplings in the microwave. They're pretty good if they taste the same. Thanks for tuning in. I hope to see you next time.